Hi, everybody. I want to welcome you to another episode of Just Kicking It. My name is Ebony.
And I'm Kenya.
And I'm Keisha.
And, like many of us right now, we're stressed out. A lot of us need some time to get away and relax from the kids, our jobs, and just everyday life. So today I am at the spot for you. I am at Camellia Alisa Spa with CEO Lyndsey Brantley.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today. I'm really excited.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you ladies here.
Thank you. So if you could just take a moment to just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Yes. I'm Lyndsey Brantley. I am a Galveston native, so a Texas girl. I have a degree in structural engineering, which has nothing to do with the spa industry. But as life would have it, I went on this journey, and I am also a medical aesthetics practitioner and the owner of Camellia Alisa Spa. So I'm super excited to have you ladies here today.
Oh, great.
Okay. You said that you're a native, and we love that. Two of us are natives as well. But what made you, so from structural engineering to a spa, how does that happen?
Definitely did not envision that being my journey. It happened because I had a layoff. About a year into my professional corporate career, I got laid off. And at the time, I was having skin issues, and I couldn't find something to help my skin that was natural, that wasn't, going to burn me and cause more issues. And so I started developing my own skincare product. The more I went into it, I got the products into Walmart and a few other places. And then I got called back into corporate. So I had to make a decision, right? But the passion had already started. So I kept grinding and getting both businesses going, working, with clients at night, trying to pitch the product at night while I was working corporate during the day. And at a certain point during COVID, crazy me, I decided to go full time into it, and I have not looked back since.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you did, because it's beautiful in here. Y'all will see a tour later. But about how long have you been doing the spa business?
Since 2011. I actually went back to school for medical aesthetics in 2011, but I opened my first brick and mortar in Third Ward in 2019. And I've been full time now at it for 6 years, because I was opening the spa, paying other people to be there during the day, and I'm there at night. And so at a certain point I said, you know what? It's time. It's time to go full force into this thing. And it's amazing. I love what I do.
So Lyndsey, tell us how you got started, with the whole spa thing and just how you started off from the bottom and now we here.
Okay, got you. Yes, got you. So actually in 2016, because I had been since 2011, I got licensed in 2016 was when I was like, okay, the product is ready. The city of Houston is probably one of the most business friendly cities ever. Okay. And I did the Lift Off Houston pitch competition, and I won $10,000.
Oh, okay.
That's how I started. Since then, I have gone on to win over $300,000 in grants and pitch funds.
Okay, wow.
Equity-free money.
The money is out there. So
the money is out there. And so that's one thing that I've always just encouraged people to do, is to understand that if you have a dream, there's a way to make it happen without always taking out a bunch of loans. I actually didn't take my first loan until 2 years ago, when I was ready to really expand.
Gotcha.
But some of them take more time and a little bit more effort than others. But there's a lot of them. And like I said, in the city, there's all different kinds of pitch competitions where people literally, you just say, this is my business. You'll give your business plan. The Houston Community College has a program. I won that one. That was $12,000.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of money out there, but people just don't think to look for the programs.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, and I think that's true too. So if people are getting started a business, where do they start? Because I think that's the most overwhelming part. It's like, what do I do? Where are my resources?
So let's talk about the free 99 in
Yes.
Houston. Okay. You have the OBO, the Office of Business Opportunity.
Mhm.
You also have SCORE, which has free mentors.
Okay.
And then the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. And that's actually, those classes are around like $20. But that's where I met my first mentor who had products in HEB and all these other places. She still has
wow.
products nationally. So I went to these places because I was an engineer, right? And I'm a first generation entrepreneur, and I needed somebody to help me flesh out my idea and actually put it on paper.
Right.
So those are the three that I say, most major cities have at least the SBDC and SCORE.
Okay.
But we here in Houston also have the Office of Business Opportunity, and I actually mentored people for free for over a year. All you had to do was click a button to book an appointment. They have free legal resources as well if you want to talk to lawyers for free.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there are a lot of resources here in the city that don't cost you anything.
No, that's amazing.
That's really good to know.
Yes.
This is really good to know for the audience out there. If you have any ideas or you want to expand what you currently have, look into the city, look into your local business offices and talk to people also. I mean, again, like Lyndsey said, she started her spot with nothing, and look at her now. I mean, she's got a full service staff. She offers a lot of services, and she's right in the heart of Midtown. So definitely look into the City of Houston programs and grants.
What are some of the services that you offer here?
Yes, so we are a full service retreat. So we offer facials and massages like a typical spa would, but we also offer ionic foot detox services. We offer laser hair removal services. And then we have the amenities lounges that just kind of are, the cherry on top. So we have a oxygen lounge, which there's only 2 in the country. I custom built this one.
Okay.
We have a sauna, and then we have like vibration therapy and a few other things just to kind of help clients to be more holistically well.
Right. Okay. That's very interesting.
Okay. So like me, I'm looking to start getting massages.
Okay.
And I did have a bad experience with a massage. So someone like me who comes in and we have a little anxiety, we want to do it, but we're still kind of unsure. I mean, how would you kind of make it to where I'm more comfortable with a particular massage? Like, for instance, I think I had a deep tissue and I was in pain for like 2 months.
Which should not be the case.
Okay.
But we actually deal with, I would say, maybe about 60% of the people who come in are first-time spa goers or people who have anxiety about spa because of other previous experiences.
Okay.
So that's not new to us at all.
Okay.
But the first thing that we ask you to do is to speak up. Right?
Okay.
Let us know, what it is you're looking for so that we can match you with the appropriate therapist.
Okay.
But we also ask simple questions like, are you looking for relaxation or therapeutic? Therapeutic is more of that deep tissue.
Okay.
But there is painless deep tissue as well. So unfortunately, you just had a bad massage.
Okay.
But, there are certain things that we do always, like I said, we ask the questions. But one thing that I always tell clients is to also speak up. A lot of times, if you're in pain on the table, you don't say anything, and we're not mind readers, right? So we don't know if it's too much. So I would tell anybody, if you're going to a spa for the first time or the 50th time, speak up. If there's something that, is too much or too little, make sure that therapist knows how you feel. And it's the same with a facial, because they do facial massages, neck massages. If you're not comfortable or if something is a little bit too much or too little, speak up. That's one of the main things I would tell anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many staff do you currently have?
I have 9 staff members.
Okay.
Yeah, I employ 9 people, and I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited to say that, I am building up my community and employing other people. And not just that, I'm not just an employer, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
So we are opening one of only 2 Black-owned laser institutes in the state of Texas.
Oh, okay.
And so one thing that I do differently here is I might hire someone who just got out of esthetician school and train them versus, the person that's like, I can't get a job because nobody will give me a chance. We're the opposite here. I would rather take someone and teach them and give them the opportunity than to say, well, you don't have any experience, you can't come here. So that's one thing that I pride myself on.
Oh, that is awesome. That is really awesome. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. And you mentioned laser. So I'm getting older. I'm starting to see changes with my skin. I'm starting to see that it's losing elasticity. And so I was researching laser for a while. And I found a place, or I thought I found a place that worked for me. Went in and they sold me this package.
Okay.
And I said, okay, yeah, sure. That sounds good. They were telling me everything I wanted to hear.
Okay.
I started getting these laser treatments and they were terrible.
Okay.
So I think there were some things that I heard about laser, especially for those of us with more melanin in our skin.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about that? How do you find the right facility to do your laser treatment?
Yes. Now, let me ask you one question first before I answer that. Were you doing laser more for like skin rejuvenation or laser hair removal? Because those are different things.
Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation. Okay, got you. So for our skin, there are only 2 lasers that you should be using. One is called the YAG laser, YAG. The second is called the diode, but the YAG is the best. So anybody that is listening to this, if you want any kind of treatments, you call that facility and say, do you have a YAG laser? Because if you're melanated and they're like, oh, we're doing IPL on you, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Okay.
Because you'll get burned eventually.
Wow.
Those are not for our skin types. The second thing is we do cell packages and we do rejuvenation as well, but we don't just do laser treatments for rejuvenation. We do a combination.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes a little bit more than just the laser to really get the good results. So I would also ask for rejuvenation specifically. What else do you do in combination with this machine to give me the best results?
Okay.
So those are some of the key things. The same with laser hair removal. We are one of the only spas that I know of, because I get this all the time, that does not do a full treatment on your first session. You have to come in for a consult and test patching. So if you've been doing research, you guys have probably seen some people that have gotten burned and all these different things happen. You can easily avoid things like that by having the client come in, do a couple of test patches, and then have them come later to do a full treatment. I would much rather, do 1 or 2 little shots and something go wrong in that area than it be your whole face.
Agreed.
Right.
So it's just small things that a lot of times we don't know to ask that make a big difference.
Okay.
So that's why the education piece
Thank
is
you
so
for that.
important.
Yes. I needed this a few years ago, but I'm glad we're here now.
Now, yes.
How much time should lapse between each treatment?
Oh, between full treatments, it can be anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks. It depends on the body part that you're treating and what kind of results you're trying to get.
Okay.
So some people I'm scheduling 4 weeks, some it's 6, some it's 8. It really depends on the results you're trying to get.
Okay.
But between the patch test and your full treatment, that's only 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Because our skin responds a little bit slower than non-melanated skin. There's, you can do a treatment and within 20 minutes, you'll start to see them burn. With us, it could take a day or 2. It's more delayed.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So that's the difference.
Okay. Okay.
Is that for the rejuvenation or the hair removal?
That's for rejuvenation.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's for hair removal. For
Okay, gotcha.
rejuvenation, typically, if you're using YAG and they know the settings, you can do a full treatment the first day. But once again, you're still going to do a consult and understand what are the results, because I'm not just going to do that laser. I might be doing some radio frequency skin tightening as well. I may need to do the hydrofacial. There's other things, maybe serums that I need to add in. So I wouldn't just let somebody sell me a laser rejuvenation package. I would say, what else is included in that? Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the things you're seeing the most? So what are people coming in with, what issues are you seeing most?
So it's not really issues, I would say, that we see
Or
most.
things
It's
we're doing
stress.
wrong that we should be, because, again, we don't think about taking care of our skin until we see a problem.
Yeah.
So how do we prevent that? What are some things we can do for that?
Well, I would say before you have an issue, get on a regular regimen, right? Because if you're going in, if you're somebody that's like, look, I really don't have too many skin issues, and you just go, 2 to 3 times a year to get a facial, to professionally have somebody look at it, cleanse it a little bit deeper than you would. That can kind of keep your skin from premature aging, and it can keep your barrier intact. Yes, it is true that most people come in when they're like, okay, I'm having this acne issue, or now, my skin is starting to sag and I need to do this and that. Well, if you do a little bit of maintenance in between, we kind of avoid some of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about with the idea with the facials with large pores, like minimizing them?
Okay. We do.
Okay.
And so with that, there's a couple of different solutions, but normally hydrofacial treatments kind of help to close those up, or microneedling. It really just depends, like I said, on what the specific issue is for the skin. But yeah, there's a lot of people that have large pores, but sometimes there's other things working with it that make it worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to look into that.
Yeah. I give y'all a lot to think about.
A lot.
I see you also offer packages, like you do you do parties.
Yes.
Spa parties. What's the maximum amount of people that, can I bring in my 50, 60 people that's coming to the wedding? Like, how does,
So a typical spa party, we max out at 15 people.
Okay.
We normally will do full day, 15 people take over. But we have had up to 80 people for certain events, but those are different type of spa parties.
Right.
So I'll just give you a quick comparison.
Okay.
So if it's you and your 10 friends bridal shower, right?
Okay.
Y'all are coming in, you'll still get a full 1 hour massage or 1 hour facial, or we do like a little 30-minute this and that. Well, if I got 80 people, I'm not putting everybody in robes. Everybody's not laying on the table. If it's 80 people, it's more so, okay, we're doing chair massages. We have these mini cryo spray facials that we do. So it's more very many, like 10-minute circuit type of services if I have a whole group of people versus, 15. Because we have 6 beds, 5 service rooms, so it's only so much that we can do at once.
Okay.
And one of the reasons that people love doing spa parties here is because, yes, 6 people may be on the bed, but then you got 3 or 4 in the lounge, sipping champagne. You have 3 or 4 that are doing oxygen and sauna. So everybody is still doing something. They're not just sitting around waiting on their massage. So that's kind of what makes it a little different.
Okay. Okay, so I know sometimes there's a stigma with spas and women. So do you have any services for the men? Do you offer something special for the men out there?
We do. We actually have what's called the Gents Self-Care Package. So we have the ladies self-care, the Gents self-care, and then we have the bestie package.
Okay.
So yes, we definitely have the services for men. And it's pretty much the same, where they get a massage, they get a facial, they get the foot detox service, and then the relaxation lounge. So yes, we absolutely do.
Okay.
We see, I would say about maybe 25% men, 75% women.
Okay.
But yes, we do cater to the men too, because they need to take care of themselves as well. Yeah.
Come on out, fellas. It's not just for the ladies.
Detox on feet.
You mentioned the Oxygen Lounge, and that piqued my interest. So can you tell us a little bit about the Oxygen Lounge and what does that do?
Yes. So I tell everybody with this Oxygen Lounge, it is room temperature, so it's not hot or cold, but there's pure oxygen being pumped in. And it's really good for your cognitive health, so your brain. It's good for hangovers and muscle recovery as well. But what I tell people when they're like, okay, well, why do I need this, right? When you go to the hospital, what is the first thing that they do? They put an oxygen mask on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't get enough. And as we're stressed, we don't take enough deep breaths either.
Right.
So this is the opportunity to oxygenate your body so that it can function better.
Right. Yeah.
That's the benefit of it. But also there's eucalyptus being pumped in there as well. So it's good for your respiratory system. So it has a couple of different benefits.
That's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing. You said the vibration
Yes, vibration plate. Yes.
Yes. Like, tell me about that.
Yes. So vibration therapy is quick and easy. It's a 10-minute treatment.
Okay.
But it actually is really good for your muscles, your lymphatic system, and then also bone density.
Oh, really?
So the only other place that you'll really see those a lot is normally a chiropractor.
Right.
Because it helps with your back, with that spine. So we love that treatment, but we actually use it a lot with our body sculpting because we do non-invasive body sculpting as well. And so a lot of people are sedentary. They're not working out like they need to. And so this kind of helps to jumpstart your lymphatic system so that you can start shedding some of those pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned body contouring.
Yes.
Right. Because again, I'm getting older and, things are starting to look different.
Very.
And I had started researching that as well. But I said, there's no way that works. Or, I didn't know how to feel about it. So help us with that.
Yes. Okay. So similar to the situation with the laser, right? You may go somewhere and people are like, oh, we do this cool sculpting or we do this sculpt thing, right? Where it helps with your muscles. We don't do cool sculpting. Cool sculpting is not for us.
Okay.
It's not, okay.
Because the way that it actually freezes the fat, a lot of times it ruins the tissue around the fat.
Okay, good to know.
But we do offer the EM Sculpt high EMT machine. But what I was going to say is, with us, similar to the laser, we don't just do that. Your body needs that machine to help, but it needs other stuff as well. So we'll do like some manual lymphatic drainage, or we'll do some radio frequency skin tightening with it. What people need to understand with the spa and beauty industry is it's not a one size fits all and one machine does everything for you.
Right.
Our bodies all react differently. So normally it takes a combination of things. So I always just say, be wary when someone's like, okay, I'm gonna do this one thing on you all day long and it's gonna just, give you these amazing results. No, it normally takes a combination of a few different things and your effort at home to really get you the best results. But I've been doing body sculpting now for almost 10 years too.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of different people's bodies transform, and so we really love doing that too.
Okay, quick question about that again. Okay, for somebody that done had 4 C-sections and that bottom part is just hard to, would that also help kind of...
Yes, so you would need to do a couple different things, right? It just depends on if we're looking for more fat loss or skin tightening. But yes, you're going to have more scar tissue in the area, more resistance than a typical person would. So I'm going to do you differently than I'm going to do someone else.
Gotcha.
And that's what people need to understand, is that everything is different for each body. We're all looking for something different and our bodies respond differently. So you want to go to a practitioner who's willing to give you a customized plan, not someone that's just like, this is what we offer, come on in and goodbye.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
I'm glad you said that because we see that a lot. There are so many med spas and things like that are popping up. So I love that you mentioned what sets your spa apart. You come in, you do the consultation. We come in, you do the consultation, and you all decide what's best for us. So many times I've seen these ads out there and they say, come in and you can lose 10 pounds in 2 days. And
like, wait, what?
They make they make you pay up front. And then with the laser for me, I spoke with someone, they hadn't seen my skin. I told them a bunch of stuff and they sold me a package and I bought it. So this is really good information.
We require consultations for both, for body contouring and for laser. You can't even book a full treatment for laser without getting the consult, because there's no way that I can tell you exactly what your skin is going to do without seeing it and without testing it first. And I know some people they're like, why can't you just do the first? Just trust me. Trust the process. You don't want me to do everything the first time, because the worst case scenario can happen if we don't do what we're supposed to do. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes a big difference. Yeah,
I agree.
So we do the consult, we come in for the consultation, and then we book another appointment to come in for the actual treatment.
Yes, but the consult includes your test patch.
Okay.
So you are getting a mini treatment that day, and we're going through all of your skin assessment stuff to understand, okay, what have you done before? How has your skin reacted? We go through a full questionnaire, and then we do your test patches, and then you would have to wait 2 to 3 days to do a full treatment.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And you mentioned you teach classes. So, this is really good information. And I know I wasn't interested at first, but I'm like, wait, maybe I'll take a class. Not that I will do anything with it, but just for the information, maybe.
Yeah.
So how do the classes work?
So, y'all, it was a 2-year state battle. They do not like to offer these new laser institutes. Okay. There are very few that get through. But the way that the classes work in Texas is each laser program is a 40-hour program. So it's not a long program. It's 1 week and there's 4 levels.
Okay.
So you could technically finish all 4 levels in a month. But the difference is it's a license. We used to just teach certification programs, but this is an actual licensing program where you walk out just like you can, get your esthetician's license at a cosmetology school. You will get your laser license.
Wow.
Okay.
And so we are
That's
now
huge.
approved, and it's a dual certification program. So we had to go through TDLR and TWC to become a university that can actually offer those licenses. And we just got approved in
That's
January.
beautiful.
Oh, that is
Congrats.
congratulations.
Okay,
That is
congratulations.
great.
We love to hear that.
Yes. Yes.
So if I have, let's just say I have a big wedding planned, when should my last treatment be before my big day?
Well, it depends on what we're trying to do. So when we're talking about body sculpting,
Let's go with lasering first. So
Okay.
if I'm doing laser treatments and I have a big day, let's just say in a month or 2, when should my last treatment be?
are we talking about rejuvenation?
Yes.
Okay. I would typically want to finish out the treatments a month before.
Okay.
We want to finish out a month before because you're going to be stressed, right? You're also going to be moving around a lot, and you're also not going to be thinking about your skincare regimens as much because we're trying to work on the wedding stuff.
Right.
So I want to get your results and get everything finalized a month before.
Okay.
Because you do want to wear your sunscreen. You do need, like, it's certain things that you need to do. And that last month before your wedding, you're not thinking about, I need to put on sunscreen every couple hours. You're like, I'm trying to get everything ready for this wedding. So typically I would say at least 6 to 8 months before, go ahead and start working on your package, getting your treatments, so that last month you're not worried about running back and forth into the spa right before your treatments. Before your wedding.
So if someone wants to book you, like how would they go about doing that? Like what social media platforms, everything?
Yes. Okay. So we try to be as accessible as possible.
Right.
So you can always go to Instagram. We have a great TikTok page.
Okay.
I actually have a really good YouTube page for educational purposes.
Oh,
Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, it's the International Laser Institute. That's our laser academy.
Okay. International
Laser Institute.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you can also, of course, go to our website, or you could just call us. Most people call, and we'll send you the direct link that you want, because most people don't know what they want or need, and so they kind of like, okay, well, what is this? What is that? How much does this cost? So you can call, or you can really go to the website and click the Book Now button, and it will give you the prices for everything. It'll give you the options for everything. We are very transparent. I tell people, I'm like, we don't hide anything.
Right.
We try to
No
make it
hidden
as
fees.
easy. No, we try to make it as easy as possible for you.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Well, Lyndsey, it's been great talking to you today. I am so excited. I do plan to book probably today.
Me too.
Okay, you're gonna have an amazing massage and be like, oh my God, yes.
Yes, and we want to thank our audience for tuning in to us. And don't forget, it's Camellia Alisa Spa, and the owner's name is Lyndsey Brantley.
Yes, we're excited.
I'm
Thank you
excited.
guys so much for being
Thank
here.
you.